We have a team that resides here 362 days a year, providing services and input not only to the FAA on behalf of business aviation, but we're also offering services to our constituents, our business aviation members, our operating members, who are navigating daily in the NAS. And I think we all know navigating in the NAS is continuously complex between restricted airspace, TFRs, ground delay programs, and air traffic management initiatives. We really need to have an advocate who acts on behalf of membership and is the voice of business aviation to the FAA and the rest of the industry. And that's what NBAA does. We act as the voice of business aviation because we need that fair and equitable access to the National Airspace System.
Air Traffic Services has been on site at the command center for over 2 decades. So we've been here quite a long time in representing business aviation interests as a whole in the daily management of the National Airspace System. We're also helping our subscribers with their flight-specific issues. They send us their schedule daily, so we're able to keep track of where they're going, looking at the constraints in the NAS, where we can help them, and they can contact us via phone or email, and we're able to have that dialogue to look at the best way to accommodate their needs and help reduce their delays.
The advantage of being a subscriber with NBAA Air Traffic Services is that we have unforeseen access to the command center where we're able to collaborate with the FAA and communicate what the FAA is trying to do for the operators. What that looks like is we may hear something on the floor where the FAA is trying to change something in the airspace, whether New York or Florida typically, and we communicate that directly to the subscriber through emails, phone calls, notices, whatever it takes to get the information out to the operators. Then the operators have the opportunity to ask us questions, give us phone calls, send us emails, so that we can present those questions and concerns to the FAA, which could impact their decision making, which could change the strategy of how we're going to approach the day.
So a typical day in our line of work, we help out subscribers with whatever they really need in the NAS. We help them out with edict requests, we help them out with their flight planning to a certain extent, help them also get to know what the constraints are in the NAS and basically act as their eyes and ears and allow there to be a seamless transition of communication back and forth so we can always work on programs and help with routes out of any kind of constrained airport, things of that nature. One that comes to mind for me is helping out a crew that actually called us while they were in flight. And I believe it was one of our main business operators, but they were heading into the Northeast given a lengthy reroute around restricted airspace at the time. They were dealing with fuel concerns and they would have to make a pit stop if we couldn't get them another route. And so I walked over to the severe specialist at the command center. We were able to get in touch with all the facilities involved, and then we were able to work out a route that seamlessly tied them into their destination without the necessary fuel stop.
We're out here at the FAA Command Center, and we're fighting for you every day to make sure you have equitable access to the National Airspace System. On a daily basis, especially during the summer, we're dealing with swap season. So our members are relying on us to give them updates on escape routes, gates that are opening and closing, and the times that they'll open and close, so they can plan their flight and follow their flight plan accordingly to the weather within the NAS.
We're able to give them ideas on what routes they should take. And sometimes it comes down to, we will literally work with the FAA colleagues to work out a route that may be non-standard, but it just helps them get to where they need to go. So we're able to do a lot for them. Our specialists are very good at understanding what the problem is and coming up with a solution for them. And they'll monitor that flight. So we've had many times where there's just a lot going on in the NAS, and we have a flight that we're trying to make sure can get to where they need to go.